What an MR.
Good afternoon, Dwayne. How are you?
Not too bad, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today with Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. If you're ready to talk, we're willing to listen.
Well, I really enjoy this program today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
May God bless every person.
And good afternoon, Radio Cayman Nation, and a very happy Wednesday. Thank you for tuning into your station of the nation, Radio Cayman. I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. We do have a full lineup today, including the National Drug Council, the Department of Environmental Health, and guests from the Ministry of Culture in relation to this coming Saturday's Christmas Greetings concert in Georgetown. As always, we do welcome your stories, feedback, or questions and invite you to join the conversation. Simply dial 1-800-534-8255. That's 1-800-534-TALK or 949-8037. Or you can WhatsApp us at 925-3261. Be back with more Talk Today following this very brief disclaimer.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, Tourism and Transport. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. MedLab in Smith Road Plaza, your complete medical laboratory solution. Call 949-7331. And Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside Shopping Village, convenient opening hours including Sundays and holidays.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today, the Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program. We ask our listeners to avoid statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use any indecent language or make any statement which is false or misleading. Email talktoday@candw.ky or call 1-800-534-8255. Courtesy of Live Communication. Let your voice be heard. Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. In case you're just tuning in, I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. Happy Wednesday again to all of our loyal listeners out there, and very pleased to have in studio, representing the National Drug Council, Ms. Lisa Hernandez and Mr. Simon Miller, and from the RCIPS, Ms. Jody Ann Powery. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Hi, it is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
I felt like Monday. Happy Wednesday, guys.
It feels like February. February was last week, apparently, in my head.
Feels like February. Have you not been outside in the traffic? It's definitely Christmas outside.
Definitely Christmas season. We were just talking about that for the show. And every lunchtime, all the cars flock the roads and local businesses go, woohoo! Yes. Well, welcome to Talk Today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. So it is December 15th, which means only 2 more weeks-ish left in 2021 before we jump into the meat of today's show. Tell us a bit about 2021 for you. It's been a wild ride for some. It's been a blur for others. And Lisa?
Well, 2021 so far, I think, has been pretty good. I'm not going to complain because, you know what? There are others that have endured a little bit more than I have this year. I think 2021 for National Drug Council has been pretty well as well. We're really excited for this year's campaign for the Arrive Alive 2021. And of course, Jody's going to talk a little bit about what's happened this year when it comes to the statistics versus last year in regards to the DUIs and all that stuff. But our partnership continues with the Arrive Alive campaign with Compass Media as well as the RCIPS. And again, it's our 21st anniversary, so we're really excited about that.
21st anniversary.
21st.
We'll get into that in just a moment. Simon, 2021, was it a blur?
You know what? Professionally, it was a challenge. Trying to move what you've been doing for a number of years now to a virtual platform. Sure. Personally, it has been enlightening for me with its set of challenges as well. But grateful that we're here, Ray. Grateful that we're on the show, and grateful that we could be announcing, some very important things that's happening with the Arrive Alive campaign.
You know, you mentioned the move to the online platforms because many businesses, organizations, even households have made this shift over to online. Has there been a highlight, though? I know it's been a big rocky road, a learning curve for all of us. But is there a highlight in that for you at all?
For me, it was eye-opening.
Or you're just like ripping the hair out going,
You know what? For me, it was eye-opening because it's not a strong suit of mine, and I'll publicly say that to the Cayman Islands now. I prefer the interaction, like how we are in the studio right now.
Sure.
You know, for me, I think I have more impact when I have those opportunities. So, yeah, there we are. But you know what? I'm open to the challenge, and I'm blazing on whatever comes forward next, you know, and working on my craft, refining my skill set so I can deliver what I need to deliver
I think
online.
next we start blinking and we type while we're blinking.
There you go.
Is that what's coming next? Miss Jody Ann, how about yourself? 2021.
2021, I consider 2021 to be 2020's junior.
Junior or senior? Wait, which one?
Junior.
You sure it's the junior one? It seems like it was like the
It's
senior.
a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit better than 2021. Maybe the 2.0 of 2020. It's a little bit better, I think, personally. Professionally, it has been a challenge. It's been slow going because technology, as Simon clearly stated, has its challenges. And some of us had to work from home. Some of us liked it, some of us didn't. I'm part of the ones that don't really like it. Because
don't hold back, be honest.
Yeah, I'm part of the group that don't really like it too much. But yeah, we've seen some ups and downs in the service. Burglaries are down, unfortunately. Accidents are up, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
That's good. It's a good way to start, though. Burglaries being down is a good way to...
Yeah. Acquisitive theft on a whole has been, I think, a little down. Violent crimes have been down, although we've seen quite a bit of spike in certain times of the year and so on. But traffic things have always been kind of a struggle for us.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, it is in your role and with the organization you represent, there's rarely many pretty days that kind of come up. So it's take the good and minimize as much of the bad as you can. And it's interesting you said that 2021 is the junior. 2020 junior is what you said.
Yes.
It's almost like January 2nd came along and 2021 said, here, hold mic during 2020. Let me show you what I can do. That's almost what I felt like. Because the first part of the year, we're all like, woohoo, we're going. And all of a sudden, it went, hey, you all fell asleep, apparently. I'm here to play. All right, well, let's jump into today's show. We have the NDC. We're here to talk about the first 21st anniversary. Congratulations.
Yes, we're really excited about that. Definitely. 21 years. I've only been with the organization for, I think, going on 3 years now. So Simon and the team over there has been working really hard for the last 21 years. And, of course, they have come a long way. This campaign has come a very, very long way. And we can delve into that a little bit later. But, yeah.
All right. So before we go to our 12:30 break, just give us the topical details of what's happening for this year.
All right. So if those of you who are listening aren't aware, the Arrive Alive 345 campaign is designed to promote and reduce road incidents associated with overindulgence and the abuse of alcohol. Okay. So this holiday season specifically is when this campaign takes place. And we're hoping that people will take the pledge to not drink and drive this holiday season.
All right.
Yeah.
Simon, anything you want to tackle on?
No, I think my colleague did a fantastic job summarizing what it is. I mean, we'll dive in some more, talk about the history and how far we've come and all that sort later on.
Oh, all right. It's straightforward.
Yeah.
And Jody Ann, then, you mentioned briefly just a few moments ago, that the change in crime that we've seen some spikes in certain periods. Are we looking at that from an alcohol perspective? Party central kind of perspective?
We keep an open mind on everything. Specifically when it comes to violent crimes that take place at liquor license premises, which happens quite often. And obviously with vehicular collisions, quite a few of those, especially the more serious ones, the contributing factor would have been DUI or speeding or both. which are usually the lethal combinations that cause the fatal accidents, unfortunately. And so, alcohol is always a consideration whenever we attend reports, especially reports of a violent nature or reports where collisions take place.
Has there been any kind of theorization or any kind of studies done as to the reduction in the burglaries? You used a term earlier that I could not quite hear you. The term was
acquisitive crime.
Acquisitive.
Yes.
Acquiring.
Yes.
Acquisitive crimes.
Yes.
Is that because of the minimal travel that people are doing this year? Less people are homebound?
Right. So I think that the acquisitive crime, especially the burglaries, one of the contributing factors are the people who work from home.
Sure.
So a lot of homes are occupied during that time. A lot of times throughout the year. But another contributing factor is whether or not particular repeat offenders are either serving time in prison or if they are out and about. So it's various things, but opportunity definitely plays a big part when it comes to those things. So what we found is that even though burglaries are down, what we find people doing or offenders doing is going around checking cars. And if the car door is open, they'll go in and steal whatever is inside that's valuable that they can take.
Sure.
So, it's always a give and take when it comes to crime.
No, there's the home front, there's the car front. How about the business front? Are businesses seeing any change or?
So earlier in the year, I want to say between probably April and the end of summer, businesses were having, we were having kind of a spike in commercial burglaries. A few of the restaurants, especially, were targeted, places that have a high cash intake.
Sure.
But of late, we haven't, and I can't be quoted on this because I didn't really check, but I haven't heard anything of that nature going on recently. But generally speaking, over the holidays, we do know that these types of crime do increase.
Sure.
Because of the opportunity, because employers and employees are so busy with the high traffic going through the stores that they can't focus on everyone. Decorations sometimes block your security cameras and you're not picking up enough, and people notice these things. So we have to make sure that we're prepared for that.
That's just it, right? That those who are looking to do that are looking for those opportunities that they present themselves. All right, on that, thank you so much for sharing those. I know it's a lot to delve into.
Yeah.
On that, let's go to our 12:30 commercial break. When we come back, we'll actually be exploring more of the Arrive Alive campaign. Backdoor Talk today, right after this.
For medical lab services in Cayman, go straight to MedLab. Blood test, x-ray, and mammogram, all of that is MedLab. Affordable fees and friendly service, a full professional team. MedLab is always comfortable, MedLab is always clean. For medical lab services in Cayman, MedLab.
Call 949-7331 and ask about MedLab's new state-of-the-art digital mammogram machine.
Stay clean, stay safe, hey man. Reflections sells gallons of sanitizer for only $25. Buy 2 clip-on sanitizers for just $5. Reflections has the best KN95 masks or reusable cloth masks, and you can get 2 for only $5. Blue surgical masks and face shields are available for children and adults, as well as 10 and 50 packs of black surgical masks. Volume discounts available at Reflections. Jose's Rubus, Reflections Hemp and Tobacco, all 5 Liquor for Less locations, and Food for Less, open 24 hours every day. Don't miss the Liquor for Less incredible priced better markdown. Hundreds of fine from $2.99. Cases of ice cold below wholesale prices. Save $10 off liters of absolute exclusively at Liquor for Less. Prices so low we can't say them on the radio.
CG Britke would like to wish our clients, their families, our staff, and our communities a happy holiday. In this time of celebration, let us remember what this past year has taught us. That we can be in different rooms, different homes, or on different islands, yet never feel apart. Because we are here for each other and stronger together. We look forward to the new year, to serving your insurance needs, and to always putting people first. Happy holidays from our CG Britke family to yours.
Here we are gifted with presents, standing in a space denied many. In gratitude to the gift that Christmas is, this very, very special time of year, this time of reflection, celebration, fellowship, mindful of our blessings, mindful of the empty chairs, the precious spaces, the giving of gifts, sharing from steaming pots, making a difference to the many around us in need. Understanding this specialness, these Cayman Islands feel cool breeze, massaging silver thatched leaves, shimmering in moonlit night, December Cayman. Food, fellowship, worship, in awe of sunsets, the beach, the children. Rotary Club Central, where community service is our ethos. We serve to change lives. Wishing you a delightful, safe, and magical holiday season.
Excuse me, I noticed you from afar.
Really? Me?
Well, not you. The KFC sandwich you're eating?
Oh, Zinger.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's called the Zinger sandwich. Crunchy, juicy, 100% chicken breast, crisp lettuce, sweet mayo on a seeded bun with a little zing. KFC's chicken is not factory breaded, frozen and refried like the Burger Boys. Customize your KFC Zinger and dip it in barbecue sauce.
Wow, now I'm starting to notice you too.
KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The Christmas season is a special time of year for your family, friends, co-workers, and customers. Although COVID-19 has changed how we celebrate our traditions, it doesn't mean we can't find creative ways to enjoy the season. For more information and tips on how to stay safe while staying festive, visit www.gov.ky/coronavirus.
Listen to the general public. Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
It's coming. And welcome back to Talk Today. In case you're just tuning in, I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. And again, pleased to have in the studio Ms. Lisa Hernandez from the NDC, Mr. Simon Miller as well from the NDC, and Ms. Jody Empowery from the RCIPS. And we've been having a fun jovial break there. So, it's a serious topic, but it's a time of year when being jovial is such an important part of keeping us sane and happy and sane. Yeah, you said it.
Yeah.
There's so much anxiety on the road with the traffic you mentioned and the shopping spirit, and if you can't laugh at, little kids tackling a Christmas tree, then it's you miss the spirit of Christmas.
That's it. That's true.
All right, so Lisa, walk us through Arrive Alive.
All right, so I just want to let the community know that the purple ribbon stickers have arrived. They are available at all sponsors, and I'll tell you who the sponsors are in just a bit. But you can head out to these locations. You can head out to Compass Media, pick up your sticker. They are able to re-stick, so you can stick it on a window and say to yourself, you know what, I don't really like it there, and then decide to move it again, and you can feel free to do that. I like art pieces and artwork, so I think you can just grab a few of those as well and just make an art piece out of it in your car. Put it in a bunch of places, make a whole little thing. Maybe you might make the news, just saying, who knows, but have fun with it. But definitely overall, the reason for the actual pledge is to pledge not to drink and drive this holiday season. I also want to remind the community that on December 1st, we launched the Designated Driver Program. And the good news is we have over 100 restaurants on board who are giving all designated drivers free non-alcoholic beverages. Once you let them know that is who you are, you will have free non-alcoholic beverages during your time at their establishment, as well as throughout the month of December. So that's some really good news. If you need to know who those establishments are. Of course, it'll take me the entire session today
Just
to
about.
tell you who those are, but you can log on to NDC's Facebook page or Compass Media's website for that information.
Do you have a rough number of businesses that have decided to actually jump on board with that?
We have, I think it's just about 102, 103
Yeah, roughly around it.
establishments.
And it covers the Cayman Brac as well, Ray. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. I didn't realize it was the Brac as well.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you know, one thing I like about it is that you've extended it to the entire month of December
Yes.
because we
Mm-hmm.
have all the holiday parties and that much more, especially now when people are just kind of coming back out into out of quarantines and looking to kind of release some energy,
enjoy themselves.
Absolutely.
And the thing is too is we still have the purple ribbon key, the key ring that the designated drivers, and if you're not a designated driver, I mean, eventually one day you will be. I'll just show it on the camera here. But you'll be able to show this one or I don't have the tiny one from last year, and let them know that you're the designated driver with this as well. They also have those at those establishments, and when you do that, again, you'll be getting that free non-alcoholic beverage, and we're really excited about it. It's a lot of the establishments have said they don't just do it during the month of December. They do it year round, as long as you let them know that's what you're doing that night.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's
great.
awesome.
Because it is, it's a team initiative, right?
Absolutely.
It doesn't take away from anyone having their fun and still promotes the benefits of road safety, especially during a time of year when we tend to see an increase for unfortunate reasons.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Simon, you want to jump in?
You know, and it's just always so exciting when you were out delivering these packages to the restaurants and bars, Ray. I mean, they just welcome them. They're waiting for them come December 1st because they want to do their part, just like what you just said. And we thank them. We can't thank them enough. So they're a very important part of the campaign.
Another part of the campaign that is very new, and we've actually just recently rolled this out, and we have some new news coming, but we won't tell you that until we get closer to New Year's Eve. But we do have an art piece. It's a traveling art piece that's going to be headed out to all the live remotes. So tomorrow we're at Blackbeards, and on Saturday we're at Napa, and you can head down to those locations in the afternoon, and you can sign this really cute traveling art piece. It's an art signature piece. If you're an artist and you want to do a little, graffiti or whatever piece on that, you can do that as well. You can sign it, and it's just a pledge again, for yourself or other people to not drink and drive. And just at the end of the season, we're gonna have a location where the piece will be, shown as well. So again, we're at Blackbeards tomorrow, and we're at Napa on Saturday. And at those locations as well, you can head down and get your purple ribbon sticker.
Which location for Blackbeards are you going to be at?
Oh, sorry, the new one, the brand spanking new one out at Kirk Market across the street where Cox used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, they're opening, or they have opened, and so we'll be there tomorrow, I think, in the evening. I think it's like 3 to 6 or 4 to 6.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a schedule of where the art piece is going to be as it travels around, or are you going to announce that?
We're going to announce it as we go through.
As we go through.
Yeah.
And what is the art piece?
It's like a signature board. So people will come down, they'll get their pledge, their sticker.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And they'll do an art, whatever, if they want to do a doodle.
Sure.
I did a whole new signature that's not really my signature and had a heart on it because I'm one of those people. And we had a lot of other people.
Don't discriminate. You're allowed to be squiggly and write
all
hearts.
Cute, back in high school type of thing. But it really is a statement piece for the community to feel like, hey, I am publicly signing on this signature board.
Sure.
And like I said, I like the little doodles and stuff like that. So you can bring your kids down too, have them sign their name.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind the traveling art piece?
I think we wanted a keepsake, Ray. We wanted something that we could show year after year. So it will return in 2022.
The same piece, or you said bring the same concept?
Same concept, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So over the years, we'll be able to show the various signatures, the various messages on the board, and really, just we just want people to stand up and make their stance against drunk driving. Sure. And we were very excited and happy that our Honourable Minister, Ms. Turner, she was the first signature on the board to kick it all off. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to the piece at the end of the year, or is that a surprise?
Yes.
That's
we're hoping to have that displayed somewhere, but
Somewhere. Okay.
We'll announce that as we get closer.
All right. So is it gonna be like an ongoing, like an auction in the future for future years? People
No,
bidding?
that's an
That's an
idea.
idea.
That is a very good idea. So I like
I want
that.
to talk today. We have no problem giving you some ideas. Hey, you're a community organization that has to collect charitable funds, right?
Yes, sir.
At the end of the day, there's merit to how you can generate funds in this capacity, especially when that's this community intensive. Like everyone's literally signing their own piece of the pie.
Yeah.
So there you go. Welcome back
We'll
to
see. We'll see.
Next year we come back on the show. We'll be telling you about the auction. How's
There
that?
you go. There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
So and now the online pledge.
So the online pledge, you can go on to Compass Media's website, sign the pledge, grab your purple ribbon stickers at these locations: at CG Brickay, at Island Electronics, at Napa Kurt Motors, Blackbeards, at Jake Scott's with their Heineken Zero, who's a sponsor, Maples Group, Cayman National Bank, NRA, Rotary Central, at Darts, Consolidated Water, at Saxon, at Rubis, and at Cayman First. So those are all our sponsors. So they're all located at those locations. Of course, our supporters, I want to mention, you will not be able to get your stickers at these locations, though. CUC has definitely been very instrumental in this campaign this year, Foster's as well as Mr. Bodden over at Cayman Airways. So a huge shout out to those folks. But again, you can head out to the sponsor locations like I just mentioned. And if you forget, log on to NDC's Facebook page and you'll see all the sponsors there, as well as over at Compass Media's website. I want to also mention that the Purple Ribbon bus will begin running on New Year's Eve. And that's just a quick plug because I'm sure we're going to get more into it when we...
Yes, no, there's a lot of questions on that, especially I want to touch on some items from last year that we had talked about as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're really excited about that. But of course, these events or this campaign cannot be possible without the people that are, behind the scenes, whether that be, Simon and our team at the NDC, Compass Media, Radio Cayman and their team ensuring that we're, speaking to the listeners here. And of course, the RCIPS and doing what they do also. So it's throughout the year, we're not just working in December. We're working January and then in the summer and then December just to get this campaign, up and running for the month.
It's a lot when you think about the amount of time and energy invested into this.
Yeah, it is.
Really although it's spread across the entire month, there's really one primary day in that month, December 31st, and effort that goes into it from all the organizations on island to ensure the safety on this one particular day of the year.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing at times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have anything to add before we go to the commercial break?
I just want to encourage everyone to make sure that they utilize these opportunities that are presented to them, not just the Purple Ribbon Bus, but it's the season for Christmas parties and work events and so on. And a lot of employers have gone through the trouble of making sure that their staff has shuttle service to and from these parties. So make sure that you utilize these services and don't drink and drive, because our officers are out there, and we have been preaching since June when we started Operation Quaker. And so...
Operation
Quaker.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this a new name? I don't know why I've not heard that name before.
Well, we launched Operation Quaker in June in response to the amount of fatalities that we were having during the year. In the month of May alone, we had 2.
That's right.
So we wanted to make sure that we gave every effort to ensure that there weren't any more. Unfortunately, there were, and we're now up to 9. So... which is the same as last year for the entire year.
It's very unfortunate, and condolences to all the families that have been affected by that.
Absolutely.
That would be a good time to take a commercial break.
Yeah.
On that note, we'll be back with more talk today right after this.
At Tomlinson Furniture, we have great holiday deals to fill each room with presents for just $50 or less. Improve sleep, breathe easier, and relax your mind and body with an assortment of essential oils and pair with the perfect diffuser. Tap into your zen with meditation gold foil candles. Find standalone or pluggable fragrance warmers, wax melts in a range of scents, and reusable wax warmer liners, or opt for a wax melt gift set. Instantly freshen up any space with room and linen sprays. Find these great aromatic gift ideas for just $50 or less at Tomlinson Furniture. Happy holidays and a prosperous new year to all, from the Tomlinson Furniture family to yours.
Savannah Pharmacy. Shop local and get a head start on your Christmas shopping. For ladies' handbags, clothes, shoes, fragrance, candles, and cosmetics with the newest Farmhouse Fresh line of skincare. For the gentlemen, clothes, shoes, fragrances, gift sets, and toys and games for the kids. Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they are always just around the corner with everything your family needs. And convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
A friendly holiday reminder. You can WhatsApp your Savannah Pharmacy prescription to 929-5045. That's 929-5045.
FedEx Delivery. Share this season with everyone by shipping your rum cakes and gifts with 30% off and get an additional 20% on your next shipment. Visit us. Restrictions apply.
At Subway, we caramel a lot about our customers, so we decided to give you 2 treats in one with the new Caramel Apple Cookie. Enjoy cinnamon apples, caramel bits, and salted caramel crunch baked in, and topped with a drizzle of caramel-flavored icing. Gooey, crunchy, and yummy. Complete your Subway sandwich, pizza, or salad with the delicious Caramel Apple Cookie or any other cookie flavor and dessert, available for a limited time at all Subway locations. Subway. Eat fresh.
We think it's time you crossed over to a new vehicle. And with the 2021 Toyota Corolla Cross now at Vant Motors, you have plenty of reasons to make the switch. The crossover body and hybrid engine is a sleek design in a sturdy structure with a spacious interior that opens to extensive cargo space. Stuck in traffic? The high-performance self-charging hybrid system automatically switches between gas and electric vehicle mode, helping you lower both fuel costs and carbon emissions. The Corolla Cross has full LED lighting inside and out, an integrated display audio system with energy monitor, and a dual-zone climate control system to ensure comfort for all. Test drive the new 2021 Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid today at Vant Motors, Walkers Road.
Ho, ho, ho! Christmas season is here. Prospect residents, in the spirit of Christmas, the Office of the Honorable Minister for Health and Wellness, Ms. Sabrina Turner, invites you to a Christmas family giveaway on Saturday, December the 18th from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. while supplies last. Masks and voter IDs will be required. Join your community and stop by the constituency office at number 33 Marina Drive, Prospect, on Saturday, December 18th from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. to pick up your Christmas gift while supplies last. For more information, call 746-9314.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and Dollar Superbuys Babes to Teen have what you're looking for this Christmas season. Babes to Teens have beautiful Christmas dresses, everyday dresses, outfits, tops, rompers, jeans, underwear, and hair accessories, sandals, toys, fidget spinners, novelties, books, and don't forget the baby selection. And to make the Christmas season even jollier, Babes to Teens is offering up to 20% off clothing items. Save on all of your Christmas gifts from Dollar Superbuys Babes to Teens. Babes to Teens is located in Unit Number 8, Plaza Venetia, North Sound Way. Open 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Telephone 946-8157. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all our valued customers.
The community is reminded to ensure the proper disposal of used LFT kits. Place the used LFT and all items into the marked bag with the biohazard yellow triangle symbol provided with the kit, and then discard in the garbage bin. For more information on waste disposal tips, visit the DEH website at www.deh.gov.ky or their Facebook page, or call 949-6696.
Talk today. But I do have some questions. Talk today.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
Because there are more questions than answers.
What the public is saying.
Waiting to take your calls right now. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
And welcome back to Talk Today. I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. And again, pleased to have in studio from the NDC, Ms. Delisa Hernandez and Mr. Simon Miller. And from the RCIPS, Ms. Jody Empowery. And a very fun segment today, especially during our commercial breaks. We've had a lot of fun with this crew today. But talking about the Arrive Alive 345 campaign, which is running all of December, including the free non-alcoholic drinks for designated drivers. You just got to show the bartenders or the wait staff your purple
key ring.
Yeah.
Or ask them, because they may have some,
Sure.
at their establishment as well.
Sure. And then obviously the December 31st, we have the Ride Free campaign.
Correct.
Walk us through the details of the Ride Free campaign.
Simon, walk us through.
Well, we have 10 buses, which is we're in gratitude to our sponsors, which my colleague mentioned earlier, and they run strategic routes. Here on Grand Cayman, it starts at 9 p.m. and wrap up at 4 a.m. That's December 31st. So each bus has a strategic route that it just runs back and forth on that point. You can catch a bus anywhere along the routes that is publicized. You'll see it on our Facebook page as well as Compass Media page. Anywhere you are on the island between those hours, you should see a bus within 20 minutes at the most. Yeah, so you can come outside of any major bar, restaurant, bus stops along the route that is publicized, and you see a bus with a purple flashing light. Flag it down, get on board, and it gets you to where you want to go. So we're encouraging people to leave their cars at home. Let's have less traffic on the roads. Hopefully that reduces, any sort of accidents that Jody's and her team have to deal with.
Sure.
Definitely we don't want no DUI incidents at all. I think last year, Jody, we didn't have any.
We didn't have any on New Year's Eve, and on New Year's Day we had, I think, only one.
Just one.
So those are very good numbers. Let's make it none on New Year's Day as well. And let's just do the right thing and not drink and drive.
That's impressive, given the volume of patrols that are out there. It shows it wasn't just people that are getting away or weren't getting caught. It was actually a scenario of you had the volume of patrols out on the road. It was people actually being responsible, whether it was taking advantage of the Ride Free campaign, using designated drivers, or just being overarching, just a very responsible New Year's Eve presence.
And I'll tell you this, Ray, every year the team at the National Drug Council, we go out and we ride the buses, to make sure everything is riding smoothly. And many New Years for the past few years, New Year's have caught us on the bus. These guys, the RCIPS, they are out in full force. So, if you have plans to be out, just leave your cars at home, ride the bus, or even, the taxis will also be out if if you don't want to, if you can't afford or you don't want to take a taxi, ride the buses. They're free of charge again because of our wonderful sponsors year after year, So, and then over in the BRAC, we're offering the services over there as well.
That's right.
There are four buses will be running from 9 p.m. until 2 a.m. And, we want to thank our drivers and the tour bus operators for their service.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
I'm still kind of caught off guard by the only one between New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. That's still pretty amazing.
Yeah.
We did have a lot of riders. I mean, last year, the borders weren't open. The year before, we were in full-fledged, tourist season, and our numbers went out that year. And last year, when it was just community. And the reality is a lot of young people who travel overseas have had the conversations and said, look, when I go out overseas, I can have these opportunities, where I can hop on and hop off buses and then they'll drop me in certain places. So they've decided to incorporate that in their plans, in 2020.
Sure.
And with that being said, it is clear because of the numbers that we had last year, we didn't have a significant drop last year at all because the community came out and utilized the service. And there, a lot of people said the year before we had lots of families, we had lots of tourists. Last year we had a lot of young people, a lot of 20-year-olds.
That's great.
Yeah.
And that in itself is like, they listened and they said, you know what? First of all, I'm going to save money on gas. Secondly, it's important for me to ensure that I'm safe and that whoever's with me is safe and other people who are on the road is safe, and utilizing the service was what they chose. And we were really excited. This year, obviously, it's a little bit different. We're going back into some normalcy, with the borders being open. So there are going to be a little bit more traffic on those buses. But at the end of the day, you're going to wear your mask and things are going to be available for you for your safety on the buses. And we're hoping that the community will continue to incorporate this service on New Year's Eve, and the numbers will continue. And for us, we're not really focusing on numbers. We're really focusing on the fact that, look, we know you're going to enjoy yourself on New Year's Eve. We know that people are going to indulge. We're not promoting that you indulge. We're knowing that this is what's going to happen. So we're going to help you arrive alive and ensure that you and everyone else on the road is safe, and we'll bring in the new year on a happy note and not on, something that we would never want a family to experience, bringing in, a happy time.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Only a couple more minutes in our segment. Really quick, talk about safety with regards to people being out on New Year's Eve, whether it's just being out in general or utilizing the bus service. Just because we mentioned before, those who are looking to cause problems will look for those opportunities and those vulnerabilities.
Absolutely.
What advice can you offer the community on that?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the traffic side of stuff. Please reduce your speeds. Don't drink and drive. Don't drive distracted, i.e. don't be on your phone or addressing your passengers and that kind of stuff while you're driving. And because accidents happen in a split second, and you have to be able to react in order to make sure that you and your passengers are safe. And I want to also hold passengers accountable for ensuring that drivers do the right thing as well. So if you know that your driver was drinking, find another way home. Encourage that driver as well to find another way home rather than driving. Ask your drivers to reduce their speeds. Hold them accountable because they have your life in their hands as well. Secondly, I want to encourage, especially the ladies, but also the gentlemen as well, to make sure that you pay attention. You pay attention to the drinking. Pay attention to what you're drinking. Don't leave your drinks laying around. Don't accept mixed drinks or open bottles of drinks from strangers or even anyone for that matter. Make sure that you're responsible for your drink because you never know.
That includes leaving your drink.
Yeah.
And putting it down.
Right. Don't get too inebriated, even if you are not driving, even if you have a designated driver, or even if you're going on the buses, because you don't want to be a burden or a trouble to anyone else. By, I don't know, God forbid, throwing up on one of Simon's buses. So let's make sure that we're being responsible, even if we're enjoying ourselves. We don't have to, and to be fair, if you get way too drunk, you're not really enjoying yourself anymore. So make sure that you're in a state where you can enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Well put.
Yeah.
Simon, any final comments before we hit?
In addition to what Jody said too, is remember to hydrate yourself.
Yes.
If you're going out there and you're going to partake in alcohol, whenever it is, remember to hydrate yourself. We'll have water. Thankful to
that's great.
To Foster's every year to give us water to keep on our buses. We'll be wiping down the buses, making sure we're doing all of the COVID protocols. So yeah.
Just make sure to bedazzle your mask if you need to, but make sure they're on your face when you're getting on the bus. It's really important. It's part of our wardrobe now, so make sure you head out. We may or may not have any available to you, but I would hate for you to, be turned around by not just the buses, but other establishments who are expecting for you to have them on. Put one in your pocket, put one in your handbag, put one on your face. have backup just in case.
Fashionable.
Yeah.
Buy a long scarf. You can get away with it. It's Christmas time. You can wear a scarf.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
It's fashionable. You wrap it around. I'm buying a scarf. I'm telling you. It may not be fashionable for guys to wear scarves. I'm starting that fashion trend.
That's okay.
Because I go to Hurley's and I forget the mask in the car all the time. Yep. So I'm going to get a scarf. Lisa, where can the community find out information on your Facebook page? You mentioned page and somewhere else.
All right, so head on over to Facebook. We have Instagram and National Drug Council's both pages. We'll have some information on there. Compass Media's Facebook page, as well as their website, will have all the information on there. The bus routes are on the website as well, and our Facebook page. All of the actual restaurants will be there too. Again, shout out to the sponsors: CG Brick-K, Allen Electronics, Napa Kirk Motors, Blackbeards, Heineken Zero, Maples Group, Cayman National Bank, NRA, Rotary Central, DART, Consolidated Water, Saxon, Rubis, Cayman First, and of course CUC, Foster's, and Cayman Airways. Big shout out to our team who went out and delivered all of the packages. Shout out to the RCIPS team who also went out and delivered packages this last 2 weeks to all of the restaurants on the island. That was huge and instrumental in getting this done. So, and of course, big shout out to Radio Cayman for having us on all of their shows almost.
Thank you. No, we appreciate that. Thank you so much, all. On that note, we do have to go to our 1 p.m. headline news, but on behalf of the entire community, a big thank you and shout out to all the work that you've done throughout the course of this year to bring this month and make it happen.
Thank you.
Make sure everyone gets home safe. Thank you very much. On that note, we're going to our 1 p.m. headline news. We come back. We'll be sitting down with the DEH. Back with more talk today right after this.
Follow Radio Cayman on Twitter. All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Follow us at twitter.com/Radio Cayman.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
Police are investigating a robbery early Monday morning. A woman says she was approached by two masked men, one with a gun, just before 6 a.m. The men took her backpack with cash and personal items inside. There were no shots fired and no injuries. The incident on Shedden Road is under investigation. If you have any information, call 949-4222. It happened just before 6 in the morning. In international headlines, former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin pleaded guilty today to a federal charge of violating George Floyd's civil rights, averting a trial but likely extending the time he is already spending behind bars on a state conviction. Chauvin, who is white, was convicted this spring of state murder and manslaughter charges for pinning his knee against Floyd's neck during a May 25, 2020 arrest, as a black man said he couldn't breathe. Chauvin was sentenced to 22 and a half years in that case. The federal charge alleges that he deprived Floyd of his rights by kneeling on his back as he was handcuffed and not resisting. Omicron is expected to be the dominant coronavirus variant in the European Union's 27 nations by mid-January, the bloc's top official said today, amid concerns that a dramatic rise in infections will leave Europe shrouded in gloom during the holiday season. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said that the EU is well prepared to fight Omicron, with 66.6% of its population fully vaccinated, but expressed disappointment that the pandemic will again disrupt year-end celebrations. She says she is confident the EU has the strength and means to overcome COVID-19. Those are your headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom. I'm April Cummings.
For the latest in news and information,
follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, radiocayman.gov.ky. This week on The Flex.
Get ready for a good laugh. In the hot seat, once again, will be none other than Honorable Bernie Bush. He will be stopping by to give us the rundown on Christmas greetings from Cayman and upcoming events sponsored by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage.
Want to say Bernie bringing rundown? Praise the Lord. My Christmas just got a lot merrier, and I'm not missing that.
No fool! He gonna bring ministry staff with him? During the second half of the show, we'll be joined by Caitlin Higgins, a member of YYGS, whatever that means. What you mean you don't know what it mean? It mean, yeah, you got sense?
If you don't know, tune in to find out.
You can join us this Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM. You can call us at 1-800-534-8833. 822-8255, or you can join us on YouTube Live. Youth Flex, the program for all people by young people. Youth Flex, more than talk. See you next time.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. In case you're just tuning in, I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. Pleased now to have in studio from the here to talk about, that's the Department of Environmental Health, sorry. I went into the acronyms right away. Here to talk about how to handle waste throughout the holiday season. But before we get into the meat of your segment, we have a full hour with you all today. 2021 has been a bit of a wild ride, some ups and downs, and kind of had the same questions for the last crew. How has 2021 been for you? Mr. Sims, we'll start with you.
All right. First, let me introduce myself for the audience who don't know me. My name is Richard Sims. I'm the director for the Department of Environmental Health. With me today, I have Assistant Director in charge of solid waste, Mr. Michael Hayworth. And we have the lovely Miss Yolanda Morales.
Cavallo. Cavallo, did I say it right?
Yes. Cavallo. She's a PR officer, public relations officer for the Department of Environmental Health. And yes, we're here to talk to you about how to properly dispose of your waste and secure your waste for the holiday season. There's a lot going on with the DH, and as you talked about, 2021, what a year.
It's a wild ride.
2020 and 21.
Well, the joke you made during the last segment was that at January 2nd, 2021 said, here, hold my drink, 2020.
Yeah.
Let me show you what I can do. And then proceeded to unload a bunch of right hooks at us.
Yes. Because COVID has brought us a lot of challenges, so, but we were able to work our way around and make quite a few adjustments, and it's continued adjustments, and even till now we're constantly making adjustments, especially as you see surrounding the Christmas events that are coming up, and even for us as our staff, we were planning a nice big shingding for the end of the year, but that got changed because of the rules and all these things that are in place because of COVID.
Sure.
So we have to celebrate in bubbles, So last Friday we had one bubble, and this weekend we're going to have another bubble.
The way you're describing it, these little bubbles and celebrations.
Right. So there's a lot of adjustments we had to do for the year. And the way how DH operates, it is very unique. Like I often say, especially during the heights of the pandemic, anyway, we had to pick up garbage because that can't stop, right? And so you say, okay, everybody needs to be 6 feet away. How you do that in a truck, right? With guys that you have to transport around to pick up waste. So we had to put a lot of things in place to make sure that we mitigate all those things to prevent the transfer of COVID amongst ourselves. Because I can tell you, when the DH, especially the garbage collection team, get affected, we're in a lot of trouble. Right?
You feel it right away.
Yeah. So
I think you mentioned before we came
for the
on
show,
there, we can't stop working. And it's not to the detriment of any other departments, but DH collects, manage, dispose of all the garbage in the Cayman Islands, and it does not stop.
No,
it does not stop. So, during 2020 and into 2021, when we had the lockdown, we were working really hard to keep the operations going, and we had loads of other things that happened as well at the same time that were kind of upsetting the apple cart. But in terms of, a lot of this is, it's people that come and pick up the garbage. It's the team we work in, so it's making them safe and reassuring them that they're safe to come to work.
Of course.
And that was the same situation this year. We had sort of community transmission that just came after the storms, of course. So we're already, I'd say, reeling. We deal with change very well. We have a lot of that. A lot of the time, it seems to be raison d'etre. That's what we're very good at.
Sure.
And in terms of getting people getting people safe, getting people to work. The difference between last year and this year has really been the lateral flow tests that we've been issued with. They've been a great help. So we test the staff. You test yourself.
Sure.
We give the kits out to the staff, and we test at least twice a week or as needed, and that gives a lot of reassurance to me that saying Mr. Sims is negative, for example, and reduces a lot of stress and allows us just to get on with the job.
Of course.
So, last year was challenging. This year was equally so. I mean, what I want for 2022 is kind of a clean year. We're trying to...
no pun intended.
No, yeah, exactly. Definitely not, no pun intended. But we're always just trying to develop the operation and improve all the time.
Sure.
And these, what I might call hiccups, so these things that mean that we have to change our operation almost overnight to do things differently. Like after the storm, we were out pretty much just after the storm was passed by. We're already clearing up.
Immediately, you guys were out there.
We have to kind of pivot operations into doing that, but also delivering the regular day-to-day collections as well.
Sure.
So, but we've done okay. I think it's always been a chance to succeed in some respects.
2 quick points. Did you just call 2021 a hiccup?
Hiccups.
Hiccups.
Well, I mean,
a big plural S in there.
There's lots of things that happen in our daily work that we have to deal with. These big events that we manage. Like I say, we don't stop. We continue the regular operations. So
Sure.
I've got a good team with me. I'm part of a great team, Mr. Sims and Yolanda included, and we tend to pull together. I think that's how we do it. I'm very proud of our response.
If I can make one quick comment, just because it's one of these scenarios we talked about. I joked before the show that if you stopped, we would notice very, very quickly things piling up. But you all operate when the rest of the world is still sleeping. Yeah. And so much of what you do is out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. Because your garbage pickup crew is out there far before the sun gets up in the morning. And they're out working, so they're not actually operating when people are out seeing them. It's only if you all didn't show up one morning, that's when you begin to call everyone going, wait a second, my garbage is piled up. Why is it still here? So you operate in the dark, and you don't stop.
Yep. And we do a lot of more things, It's just that probably people, because they don't see us doing it, they don't know. So we have a great responsibility in our hands because we have the environmental health officers. We have people working in the lab. They're monitoring and testing, looking for air quality. So it's an army of us all the time, constantly working to ensure the health and safety of all residents and visitors. So in my case, I joined the team basically half of the year had gone already.
The busy half of the year.
Wow, yes.
So it was your fault.
Yes, it was. I'm sorry, guys. But it was amazing. It was not a down moment, and nobody actually doubted if you have to go and do this. Everybody was ready at any point of time, day, night, and I saw that, and I was so impressed. And now I can say I'm very proud of being part of this family, the DH family. So yes, we have a whole multi-dynamic and holistic team. We have the solid waste management team, and also we have the environmental health team. It's amazing. My job have no stop, and you know that because I'm always in communication with you.
We do get a lot of emails from you.
Yes. And it's because we do a lot.
You do? No, absolutely right.
Yeah, and that's the things that Yolanda just highlighted, especially when it comes to environmental health. Mike is in charge of solid waste, which encompass biohazard and the regular waste and so on,
sure.
And the recycling team and all those guys, right? And which is 100+ people. Then you have now the environmental health side, which are the guys you don't see too often, you don't hear about them too often, but you can appreciate, especially the food officers. So when you go to a restaurant, you sit down, you have a nice, decent meal, and you don't have to walk away with any foodborne illnesses. You get the appreciation that these guys checking these restaurants, making sure that they're up to par. The sanitation inspection continues throughout the year, so that when people go out to restaurants, you can, because I feel comfortable going to any restaurants here in the Cayman Islands to have a meal. That's
if
because
you were uncomfortable, we'd all have a problem.
Oh, yeah.
If you see Mr. Sims in a restaurant, you know,
yeah,
we don't get follow his lead.
That's right. Yeah, because we have a team of guys who make sure that
Sure.
you know, those things are up to par, as well as we have a nice engineering team that actually have a lot going on. They looks at pool plans because for example we have the responsibility for inspecting every pool in this country.
I did not know that. Okay, learned something new today.
Yes, yeah. So you have those guys behind the scenes looking at plans, making sure that those places are, you know, well up to par again. And like Yolanda said, you know, we have the lab, the scientists behind the scenes. Those guys are the ones who make sure that when the food officers take their samples and take it into them, and you know, they do all the inspections and make sure there's no salmonella and all this kind of stuff. So, you know, we have a great team of people that are all working hard, but you know, not to single out the solid waste team, but they are seen most because, you know, if, like you say, if you don't see your if your garbage is not gone,
Sure.
then you start to wonder what's happening, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Then you start complaining, right?
Yeah.
It's so when you're, I guess that's the sign. If no one's complaining, you know that you're doing something quite well. And I know it's
in a way, yeah.
In a way, and I know it's not pleasant to always hear that. You kind of want to see some recognition for your work, but you are like Batman. You're the Batman of the government that operates behind the shadows,
from the cradle to the grave. Because from the
cradle to the grave. There you go.
Because when you think about what we do, we literally operate from the cradle to the grave. Because remember, we are also responsible for graves and in terms of when a person dies, they come purchase a vault from us. We ensure we build them. We make sure that they're ready for whenever a person passes on. So when I say the critical to the grave, you got to think, okay, from when a baby is born, they use their first diaper, where it goes in the bin.
Mike comes along.
Yeah.
Mike and his team.
I come and pick it up.
Come sort it out.
And throughout life, we take care of your waste.
Yep.
And when you die, we have a grave for you.
I kind of like the Batman reference, but I'll take your cradle to the grave reference. On that note, let's take a quick commercial break and come back. Let's jump into the bulk waste management that we have going on for the rest of December. Back with more talk today, right after this.
Captain Charles Gerald Kirkconnell, 1891 to 1961. Charles Gerald Kirkconnell was born and raised on Cayman Brac. He was married to Olivine Elizabeth Eden of Grand Cayman, and the couple had 3 children. Captain Charlie was one of the founding brothers of the shipping and merchandising firm of R.B. Kirkconnell and Brothers Limited. Many Caymanian seamen were trained on Kirk vessels and later worked for national bulk carriers. Captain Charlie was also a shipbuilder who built the largest ship ever to be built in the Cayman Islands, the M.V. Kirksons. He and the late Bertie Foster were instrumental in helping to build the airport on Cayman Brac, which they both helped to finance. The clearing of the airstrip was done entirely by hand. Captain Charlie financed most of the houses that were built by seamen employed by NBC, as there was no bank on the Brac. He served as a vestryman for the sister islands in the Assembly of Justices and Vestry. Captain Charles Gerald Kirkconnell.
We may be in Christmas shopping mode, but 'tis the flu season too. Savannah Pharmacy has immune system boosters for the entire family with a range of vitamins and supplements. Their knowledgeable and courteous pharmacists are always available to offer the best advice and products. Remember, they are always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
A friendly holiday reminder. You can WhatsApp your Savannah Pharmacy prescription to 929-5045. That's 929-5045.
Kirk Freeport's $40,000 Christmas sweepstakes is back. Once again, simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store, and you could win one of 3 $5,000 cash prizes, one of 5 $1,000 cash prizes, and many other great prizes throughout December. All purchases of $100 before noon on Christmas Eve qualify for all remaining prize draws. And don't forget the annual Kirk Freeport Rolex Watch prize draw for all entries, held on January 4th. Full details on KirkFreeport.com. Merry Christmas from everyone at Kirk Freeport.
Increase your chances to win during the Rubis Pure Joy promotion. Don't miss Double Stamp Tuesdays and Thursdays at Jose's Rubis. Reflections offers you gas for less, and each time you fill up at Jose's Rubis, you're entered to win weekly prize giveaways, plus a grand prize of $20,000 in cash or up to $30,000 to pay next year's bills. Ensure that you are healthy and fit before you visit with family and friends. Reflections offers 2 lateral flow test kits for only $10. The best KN95 masks, $5 for 2. Stylish black surgical masks are only $5 for a pack of 10. Purchase Reflections gift certificates for your loved ones and enter to win the Rubis Pure Joy promotion at Jose's Rubis.
'Tis the season of love and cheer. Among the greatest gifts that you can share are long overdue embraces with family and friends. At this time and throughout the year, there's comfort in knowing you have access to quality healthcare. At Health City, we thank you for trusting us to be here for you and your loved ones. Remember, there's world-class healthcare within your reach. From our family to yours, we wish you a happy Christmas and wonderful New Year.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. And again, pleased to have in studio the Department of Environmental Health, who I've just dubbed the Batman of government. They operate in the shadows. We don't get to see them working, but we know they are because our garbage is magically the opposite of Santa. You don't bring the gifts. You take everything that's left over from the gifts.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But again, welcome to the show. And on behalf of the community, thank you again for the efforts that you do at DEH. And because, Mr. Sims, you share the diversity of the work that you do. And you mentioned the Cradle to the Grave and just the diversity. I didn't know you all actually are responsible for the pool safety as well as I knew about the food safety, but we have the solid waste management safety, and then just the scientists behind that are poking and prodding at the different meats to make sure that all of that.
And beauty salons, barbershop inspections and training. The list goes on.
You can say barbershop. All right. I'm learning more and more as we go along. We got pools and barbershops.
Yeah.
Is there a training manual that you have to put together that says pools, training manual? I mean, pools, barbershops.
Yeah, we have a cosmetology training that we do to certify those persons that are in the beauty business. So they come to our office and they get training, and they get a certificate for 2 or 3 years. And then they come back and do it again, refreshers course, and we recertify them. And the same goes for the persons who work in the restaurants. They go to a certification course, and they're certified food handlers, and that certificate lasts for 3 years. So we're a busy unit.
You're like a walking encyclopedia, right? Like the diversity of material, like the manual for this position is such a diverse position.
Yeah, and this time
it's simple for me. I've just got one thing, but Mr. Sims carries.
I carry the whole hat.
He's got to know all about everything.
You have to know about makeup as much as you have to do about chlorine levels in pool.
Yep.
I love it. It's impressive. We do have one caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller. Thank you for calling Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. The moderator, and good afternoon to your guests and presents there.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Want to congratulate you guys for doing a good job with the cleanup, especially. Well, I mean, your staff do a good cleanup all the time, but especially when we had just after the Grace cleanup and all that waste that was out there, especially in the district of West Bay. I mean, we had it all over, but I live in West Bay, so I can. The guys did a wonderful job. They did it on time, and they had a good one.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And season greetings to you guys.
All right.
I got a little complaint to lodge about your staff, your drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Your drivers that are driving those garbage trucks are not respecting smaller vehicles on the road. I could have almost wrote my car off 2 days ago, right at the Cayman Islands Yacht Club roundabout right there. When they come in from north, right there, you know, the intersection where the Yacht Club roundabout joins, they are not stopped. They're not slowing it down there because they're a bigger vehicle. They're just flying right through, and they almost could have made me crash day before yesterday. They're not stopping there, so, and I've seen it more than one time. So I think you need to talk to your drivers because one life gone is another life gone again. So please tell your drivers that they must respect people on the road, and it's not a good day rushing because if you get all that garbage thrown on the road, we'll have a mess again.
Yes.
Okay.
Certainly, thank you for bringing to our attention, and certainly something that I'll address.
Language, please. Yes, ma'am.
Caller, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All righty. So before the break, we were actually about to dive into the concept of the bulk waste and the collections going on. Yolanda, if you can walk us through.
Sure. We are actually announcing the bulk waste in Little Cayman. It's 1 day exercise and is happening tomorrow, right? And we also have news about the bulk waste in Cayman Brac. We were not able to provide the dates before, but everything was sorted out, and we want to do this before Christmas Day. So that's why starting tomorrow as well until the 22nd. So we have 2 days dedicated to the east route, which is from Spot Bay to Dennis Foster and east of the Gulf. And then we have from the 18th, which is a Saturday, and Monday the 20th, the West End route. That is from Dennis Foster West to Georgina Drive and west of the Gulf. Then we come back to the south side, that is on the 21st and 22nd, from Crossroad, south side, east and west. And that's it. After that, after these days that we just mentioned, people will have to make their individual and personal arrangements to move any bulk waste to the closest landfill. Okay. And it's important to note that the bulk waste in Grand Cayman has finished. So I will let my colleague Mike tell us a little more about it, because I know they have been working assiduously. It was that they were working like little ants all over the place, collecting all these waste that we don't know where they come from. Because it's plenty.
It does surprise us every year.
Yes, it's amazing the amount and the type of items that could be found. But we also need people to work with us to make this a success, and actually for our efforts not to be redirect to places where we already had passed and make the collection. Sure. Mike?
Yeah, I think, sort of focusing on the collections in Grand that have already taken place, and as Yolanda said, they're finished as of the end of November, but we feel that we're a success. I mean, I was driving around the island 2 days ago, I think, just doing a pass, and sort of roads are clean. We've made the collections. There are spots here and there, and whenever we do this project, it always has a bit of a tail to the end, where there's still materials being put out. But what we'd like to stress is that it is a curbside collection. It's something that we do every year, and we pick up from the curbside of people's residents and the streets in our communities. But what we did face a little of this year is people dumping materials on sort of public ground, or using it as an opportunity because DH will clear it up, and we will, but because there's no other option in that situation, we can't just leave it there. But we'd ask all persons really that it's a curbside collection. Put the stuff out on the curb and we'll collect it. If you dump it on public ground, it kind of diverts our resources away from those communities doing those collections, and also from our regular operations. But overall, it's been a success. We've had we've collected around sort of 600 tons of material, and sorted that and distributed what we needed to the landfill and recycling as we can. And we'll have we'll have them all finished before Christmas this year. And yeah, we're very pleased with how it's worked out.
Yeah.
600 tons.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, yes, it's less than usual.
Yes, that's less than previous years. And I think one of the reasons for that was because of grace. People took that as an opportunity. And during the lockdown as well, people had little to do. And so the best thing to do to keep occupied during those times was to clean up around the house. And during that 1 hour when we had that privilege of going out, people were taking advantage of, using that to take stuff to the landfill because we were open. While everywhere was closed, we were open for business. And just to speak to the point that Mike raised just now, where persons actually have been putting out stuff.
Sure.
You see, what causes it causes us a problem in relation to the tail end. Because what you find is because we're in a neighborhood and then somebody start to put stuff out on the public domain, followed by the rest of the persons in the neighborhood. But here, those one or two persons who decide to adhere to the rules of let me put it outside my home. So, it detracts us from going street to street, door to door, which is what we require, to go now spend all these resources. Because we see this at the top of Rex Crichton Boulevard there, and it's quite a mess every year.
Yep.
And we were saying, who told you to do that? We didn't announce that. So, we just want people to remember this for next year. When we say we're ready for bulk waste, you don't need to go anywhere because it's double work for you. When you think about it, you have to now take it up from your home, load it onto a truck or whatever means that you have. Then you got to go back and offload it. All you have to do is take it to the front of your gate. That's it. We're going to come for it.
Make it easy.
Yeah.
You're Batman. You're there to come to your home.
Yeah.
You're there to save the day. At the end of the day, that's what you're there for.
Absolutely.
We do have one caller on the line. We have to go to a commercial break. Let's go to our break. We'll come back. We'll take our next caller. Back with more talk today right after this.
At Tomlinson Furniture, we have great holiday deals to fill each room with presents for just $50 or less. Improve sleep, breathe easier, and relax your mind and body with an assortment of essential oils and pair with the perfect diffuser. Tap into your zen with meditation gold foil candles. Find standalone or pluggable fragrance warmers, wax melts in a range of scents, and reusable wax warmer liners, or opt for a wax melt gift set. Instantly freshen up any space with room and linen sprays. Find these great aromatic gift ideas for just $50 or less at Tomlinson Furniture. Happy holidays and a prosperous New Year to all, from the Tomlinson Furniture family to yours.
You see how hard it's raining?
Yeah, and I don't have time to fight traffic and get my lunch from Subway. I have so much work to do.
Why don't you order Subway by using the Let's Eat or Bento app? Save time, stay dry, and get your sandwich fast.
I never thought of that. Great idea. I'm going to order now.
Order me a veggie pizza while you're at it.
And a cookie platter for the office.
Too busy at work or home? Is the rainy weather stopping you from dining out? Order your favorite Subway sandwich, wrap, or pizza through the Let's Eat or Bento app with fast and reliable delivery. Subway, eat fresh.
For medical lab services in Cayman, go straight to MedLab.
For a full range of medical services, pleasant, clean and comfortable environment, no long lines and affordable fees, visit MedLab at the Smith Road Plaza. Open Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and half day on Saturdays. Call 949-7331 to make your appointment.
For medical lab services in Cayman, MedLab.
Ask our professional team about the benefits of cutting-edge technology with MedLab's new state-of-the-art digital mammogram machine.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to advise its valued customers of the following holiday hours at both its Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac offices. Friday 24th December, office hours 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Cashier will close at 11 a.m. Office will reopen Wednesday 29th December. On Friday 31st December, office hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Cashiers will close at 11 a.m. and office will reopen on Tuesday 4th January 2022. The board, management and staff of the Water Authority wishes its customers and the public a safe and healthy holiday season.
More ways to win big this Christmas. The more you watch, listen, and stream your favorite Digicel apps, the more chances you have to win from thousands of prizes. Enter to win the grand prizes of US $10,000 cash, US $5,000 cash, or a Digicel family pack with 4 smartphones and free service for a year. Simply listen to your favorite Christmas carols in D Music, watch movies in Play Go, live sports in Sportsmax, or connect with friends in BIP and join BIP Rewards channel for daily prizes. Claim your guaranteed prize every Saturday. Shake to win in the My Digicel app today. Digicel, better together this Christmas.
The technology sector is forecast to be one of the fastest growing industries in the next decade, with more jobs available than skilled people to fill them. Enterprise Cayman is helping to fill this void and grow the next generation of Caymanian innovators, giving young people access to high quality learning experiences with the opportunity to pursue careers in technology and innovation sectors. Learn to code, how product development works, enter professional competitions, access high tech resources, network with special economic zone industry professionals, and much, much more. Visit enterprisecayman.ky to find out more. Brought to you by Cayman Enterprise City.
The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. Please be advised that the pension contribution holiday has been extended until 31st of March, 2022. Employers and plan members should ensure arrangements are in place for salary deductions and remittance following this date. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan, keeping you informed. For further information, visit chamberpension.ky. And for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630. We're here for you.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. In case you're just tuning in, we have in studio the team from the Department of Environmental Health, and we've been discussing the diversity of work that DEH does do out in the community, that most of which goes unseen, unheard. And a big thank you again from the community to the team at the DEH for their efforts. We've briefly discussed the bulk waste collections that recently completed in Grand Cayman. Little Cayman, you have your day tomorrow, December 16th. And then in Cayman Brac, we have dates between the 16th to the 22nd for that bulk collection over in Cayman Brac. Yolanda, if I can turn back to you now. I'm sorry, we do have one caller. My apologies. One caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller. Thanks for calling Talk Today.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, caller. Thank you for calling.
Yes, good afternoon to you and your panel. I'm just calling regarding the bulk waste in Cayman. I know it's finished, right? But you wouldn't know that by there's a site on Anton Borden Drive in Bordentown that seems to be springing up, or stuff seems to be springing out of the ground. Because I know the truck
washing machines, boilers.
Yes, all kinds of junk and garbage. And the thing is, the gardening people too are start bringing back the tree cuttings and all the that kind of stuff to the site, even though there's a sign up there saying site closed and they put up the yellow tape, but that doesn't last long. In 2 tools that's broken or whatever, and people are continuing to bring in junk, garbage, bush, whatever to the site. I'm just offering a suggestion. Maybe you need to put up something more secure barrier.
Robust.
To prevent people from bringing, because as long as it stays like how it is now, people are bringing stuff. I know firsthand because I live right across the street, so I see it happening, in the evenings and stuff. Trucks coming there, unloading all kind of junk. So
it does happen, and we sort of discussed the area on the East-West Arterial before, that people, once one thing goes down, then someone else puts some more garbage on top, and it leads from there. What we need to do is get that site cleared down, and we will. And once that's done, then it kind of discourages people from doing the same once the site is empty.
But clearing it off is one thing, but the point is people have now become accustomed to dumping stuff there. So even if you clear it off, I'm pretty sure you're going to have those unscrupulous people who are going to be coming and dumping stuff there nevertheless. So you need to put up some kind of barrier to prevent that, because the yellow tape ain't going to work. The other side is up by the clinic in Button Town. Similar thing happens there. They clear it, they put up their yellow tape in tutus. People go, I see right now, there is a old mattress and some other stuff on that site that was cleared off, and the tape was put up, but yet that's not deterrent enough to prevent people who are intent on doing this kind of stuff. Because I'm just wondering if you can't put up some kind of, like, you know, those temporary fences, you know, those chain link ones that you set in the things on the ground.
I think what we'll do is, you know, once we've cleared down the site, we'll monitor it and see how it comes along. If there's bigger measures we need to take, then we'll take them.
I said, the site on Anton Borden Drive, that was pretty well cleared here a week or so ago. You know,
correct.
And tutus.
Yeah, I mean, probably can't talk forever on this, but what if people are willing just to turn up at a location and dump something on the ground, you know, so they'll go out of their way to drive to a particular location and tip there, you know, even if we put up a fence there, what they'll probably do is tip on the fence.
Tip on the fence.
You know, because they know we're kind of making our presence known on that location. Yeah. So what we'd like to do is get that site down clean to the ground, and as we've done with West Bay near the Ed Bush Stadium, and on the East West Arterial. Once we do that, it does discourage a lot of, let's say, opportunistic tippers. Sure. It's, you know, I do appreciate you're across the road. You have to see this. It must annoy you greatly seeing people sort of befouling the environment right in front of your eyes, and it upsets us as well. And we don't understand why people do it. We have the drop-off site at the landfill that's open 24/7, and when we advise people to go there and use that, it doesn't cost any money, and we'll accept all you can give us. But we will keep an eye on it. We will keep monitoring, and if we need to take more measures to secure that site, maybe hooking up with the community support officers and the police, just to give some presence there to stop it happening, we will do.
Carl, we have to leave you there. Thank you so much, though. Thank you, Mike, for his generous response. And to the caller's concern, I mean, it's obviously a frustrating scenario, especially when he's directly across the street seeing perpetual dumping.
And how the director said before, I mean, we're making it very easy for you.
Yes.
You just bring your bulk waste and put it outside on the road without blocking the road.
Sure.
And we come in and collect it from you. Yeah. So if you make that effort to pick up that and put it in a truck, in a vehicle, to go and dump it somewhere, why you don't dump it in the right place, which is the landfill?
If you're going to go through all that effort.
Load up your truck and hit the road, you know.
Yeah. But the difference is that you will be doing the right thing. Because people also forget that is a penalty attached if you are being seen doing this. So we have to be responsible, and we have to own our acts. So we need to, just how the caller say, encourage each other and say, listen, let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing. And that's the only way how we can improve.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a really frustrating scenario because the effort and the work that's gone into it from your end, and it just takes a handful of people to start the process of just this trickle-down effect, right?
Definitely.
Someone starts dumping, and the next one goes, oh, well, they're going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then I guess it's just a handful of people that are actually abusing the concept. And I remember someone telling me back in the day there's something called the Disneyland concept. You never see anybody at Disneyland throw something on the ground.
Yeah.
Everyone respects the fact that there's garbage cans everywhere. Everything looks magical and nice. You don't want to throw the garbage down, but it takes one.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
it's acceptable.
Yolanda, sorry, before the break, we're going to jump on to the meat discussions.
Sure. For the Christmas season, we just reminding residents that we have the Christmas season inspection campaign, if you want to put it like that. We do it actually through the entire year, but we know in Christmas how Mr. Sims had taught me a lot is happening in terms of food, and people they you all cook a really nice. I have to say, I love the beef. So
absolutely. Because as you know, this time of year, there's a lot of meat consumption, especially
a lot of food.
Especially beef. Because when it comes to Christmas, it's like the national dish. So we want to make sure that people, especially those that are going to be, killing, any sort of animal for consumption, whether it be cow, goat, pig, they ought to book for meat inspection to make sure that it's safe for consumption. And also, we do this in conjunction with the Department of Agriculture, because first they have to inspect to make sure that the animal is fit for slaughter. Because you don't want to be consuming an ill or sick animal. So we have to make sure that. But one of the things I want to make sure that people understand, they need to call into the agriculture department if you're going to take your animal for slaughter. And so it can be done properly in the abattoir, right? Because, instead of you trying to do something in the back of your home, things can go wrong. You may not have the right equipment. So doing it at the abattoir is much better. And then we do the post-mortem inspection after that and put our stamp of a seal of approval on it, and then you're good to go. So we just want to make sure that everybody have a healthy and safe Christmas. So we just make sure that you get your meat inspected prior to consumption.
So the process is they have to contact the OA first, and then they contact DEH?
Well, they can call us directly, and we can make all the arrangements.
Okay.
Right.
Fantastic.
But if they prefer to call agriculture department directly, that's fine as well too. Because in terms of booking the abattoir, because we don't control the abattoir. The abattoir is controlled by the agriculture department.
Sure. And then we have to go to a commercial break. But one more question: do you have is it a matter of booking and availability, or are you guys running out of slots now before Christmas to book in?
Well, I prefer that they call and book appointments with us so we can slot them in, because there's so many places during this time of year. The food offices are busy, and so you want to give them advance notice of when you're going to require inspection.
We ask them to call us at least 48 hours in advance, so we can organize and make sure that people will have a timely inspection.
All right. Thank you so much for clarifying on that one. On that note, let's go to our last commercial break of this segment, and then we come back, we'll take our next caller. Back to More Talk Today right after this.
Savannah Pharmacy. Shop local and get a head start on your Christmas shopping. For ladies' handbags, clothes, shoes, fragrance, candles, and cosmetics with the newest Farmhouse Fresh line of skincare. For the gentlemen, clothes, shoes, fragrances, gift sets, and toys and games for the kids. Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they are always just around the corner with everything your family needs. And convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
A friendly holiday reminder. You can WhatsApp your Savannah Pharmacy prescription to 929-5045. That's 929-5045.
For medical lab services in Cayman, go straight to MedLab.
For a full range of medical services, pleasant, clean and comfortable environment, no long lines and affordable fees, visit MedLab at the Smith Road Plaza. Open Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and half day on Saturdays. Call 949-7331 to make your appointments.
For medical lab services in Cayman, MedLab.
Ask our professional team about the benefits of cutting-edge technology with MedLab's new state-of-the-art digital mammogram machine.
FedEx Delivery. Share this season with everyone by shipping your rum cakes and gifts with 30% off and get an additional 20% on your next shipment. Visit us. Restrictions apply.
Make your house into a home. Welcome to Brand Source Home Gallery, your source for premium products and a premium experience. We'll design and install your dream kitchen with crafted cabinets, complemented with elegant appliances. We'll fill it with quality houseware and cookware. Custom-designed closet and storage solutions organize and beautify any area. And with the finest bedding, you'll get a perfect night's sleep knowing Brand Source Home Gallery has everything you need to make your house a home.
20 years.
Remember when Crew Road had no median and Linford Pearson was only 2 lanes?
We do.
When Dirty Reeds was down the street?
We do.
We have been there for the falls, the growth, and the rise. When your body and mind needed to change, Powerhouse Gym has been here. We've skated with you. Your first date, your daughter's first time on skates, your son's first strike. From football to squash, to karate and hockey, to bowling and concerts, and everything in between.
For 20 years.
So much has changed, some for the good and some not so much. Through it all, King Sports Center has been here for you, for Cayman.
King Sports Center, celebrating 20 years as Cayman's home for fitness, recreation, and relaxation.
The community is reminded to ensure the proper disposal of used LFT kits. Place the used LFT and all items into the marked bag with the biohazard yellow triangle symbol provided with the kit, and then discard in the garbage bin. For more information on waste disposal tips, visit the DEH website at www.deh.gov.ky or their Facebook page or call 949-6696.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. I'm Raymond Singh, filling for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, and I'm pleased to have in studio the team from the Department of Environmental Health. And we do have one caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller. Thank you so much for your patience.
Good afternoon to your guests.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to wish them all best wishes for the season. And I'd like to thank Mr. Sims and his team for doing a phenomenal job under adverse conditions.
Thank you, sir.
It is not... We in the public do not understand the ramifications of our crews that have to operate in pandemic situations, have to handle all sorts of waste that have not been disposed of properly, and risk contracting diseases, and including COVID. So we really thank them. I'd also like to express my thanks to the people who pick up my garbage in my area, and I would like to implore our listening public to take the extra effort to secure a gift for the 4 crew people who come on a truck each morning at 4:30 through 3:30 through 5:30 in the mornings, and give them a Christmas gift. Make the effort to meet them at the gate. It makes a difference. I know it makes a difference. There are fellow human beings who do a job we would choose not to. And they're doing a job critical to our survival. I'd also like to make a suggestion regarding our bulk waste. We are attempting to do, and you're attempting to do a significant job, and sometimes you're given a basket to carry water. It is hugely challenging to police people who are antithetical to our cultural values in terms of rules and regulations. I can guarantee you, if you do a cost-benefit analysis regarding the cost it takes for you to get a crew out there to pick up waste after you've told them that you shouldn't drop it there, it will be cheaper for you to have a physical person who stands up there and penalizes them and give them a fine, because they do not care. They care not. All they care about is the convenience of dropping it off and disposing of it as quickly as they can to get back to their work, to the detriment of our beleaguered service that is trying to do its best, and comes under criticism by those very same people. So that is one suggestion I'd like for us to consider, because I think if we have a physical person, the cost of paying that person is going to be less expensive than getting your truck all fueled up of a crew that has to go out and pick up waste where it should not have been disposed of. And I'd also like for us to consider another plan where at the beginning of tourism season, when our tourism starts in November, it should not coincide with our bulk waste collection, because what greets our tourists who are on these buses is bulk waste that we have to explain to them as somebody in the tourism industry. And we know that we're a fairly tidy place, but they see this, and we have to explain this.
Yeah.
If we designate areas away from the purview of our visiting guests, it will be helpful. It's not an easy job. It can be done, and I know that if we do a buy-in from our public, they'll be prepared to help you. But I cannot express thanks to you and all your team enough for doing a dangerous job at a dangerous time in such a very good way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Caller, thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
Excellent point there, Bud.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank the caller again for his sentiments expressed to us. We do appreciate that. And some very useful suggestions that can be certainly considered going forward. Because even I've also thought about moving the bulk collection to the beginning of the hurricane season rather than the end. And because you see, why consider the beginning? Because when you look at the hurricane season starts at the 1st of June.
Sure.
So if we do it before that, then we can get rid of all the possible flying objects.
Sure.
So that's something that we're definitely considering. But we'll take all those suggestions on board.
It's a great feedback there. The tourist vision of it.
Yeah, because we're a tourist destination, and we have to protect that. Yeah. We have to protect that, and part of our selling pitch is the cleanliness of the island. So
absolutely, so you can understand the viewpoint of a driver seeing that level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Sure.
But we also, I just want to take time to remind the public though that doing those sort of things, it is an offense.
Sure.
So that is something that I'll be engaging our environmental health officers more often with, to see that we go there and seek to prosecute some of these persons who are not adhering to the rules.
Sure.
Right. And a matter of fact, as I mentioned on Monday at the last talk show, that we are getting some momentum behind that now, because we have seen where we got results from the DBP office, the Department of Public Prosecution, to warrant persons for prosecution, put them before the courts for illegal dumping and so on. So we're getting some traction there. And so, just to remind the public that yes, we are taking this thing seriously, and persons will be prosecuted for illegally dumping. Because I want people to understand that, listen, you got to think about the person's property that you're dumping on. It doesn't belong to you, so why do you think it's okay for you to put stuff there? You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right. And I think the caller mentioned, like, some people just flat out don't care. And the only thing they will care about is when they hit that fine.
Yeah. Because you see, the thing is, I have to say to people, the Department of Environmental Health is charged with the responsibility for dealing with problems that we didn't commit, and we are held accountable for it.
It's a great way of putting that statement, because you are actually responsible for dealing with everybody else's problems.
Yeah.
And then you're held accountable for it.
Yeah.
So it's a great way of laying it out there.
But and while I'm on that, I also want to mention the derelict vehicles, because we've been having a lot of problems and issues with derelict vehicles as well in the neighborhoods. The laws are there to help you. All right. For example, you're not using a vehicle any longer. It's of no more use to you. There's a process for handling in that, right? Because every vehicle imported in this country has a garbage disposal fee already attached to it. When you are done with that vehicle, you have to go to the Department of Vehicle and Driver's License and terminate the use of it. So you have to fill out the termination form. Once you terminate, that means it must go to the Georgetown landfill. Must. Because it is an offense under the law for you to use or keep an unregistered vehicle. So at this point, you have terminated it. So you take it to the landfill. Or you call the department, make arrangement, we'll come and collect it for you and transport it to the landfill for $75. That's all your fee is. So there's no need for you to be leaving your vehicles on roadsides, obstructing traffic and making your neighborhood run down. Just call us, we'll come get it and take it to the landfill for you, right? So, I want to make sure that people understand, because if you drive around this island, you'd be amazed at the amount of derelict vehicles that are out there, and we're constantly collecting on a daily basis, right? So just want to highlight that, as well as we've been having a lot of problem with littering, roadside littering.
Sure.
we'll send a little crew to a street, for example. They would clean it. And in 2 days' time, you would have never thought we'd been there, right? And interestingly, I was looking at some stats some weeks back, and you'd see, for example, the NRA would tell you that there's 30-something thousand vehicles traverse Crew Road every day. Over 30,000 vehicles. And when you look along Crew Road and the Linford Pearson bypass, you see all this waste. And you're like, wonder, how did they get there? Why did somebody think it's so cool to take something and throw it from their car into the streets? And if you think about how all of that get there, I'm just going to attribute it to 1%, or even or even 0.5%, right? Because you have 30,000 vehicles passing the road every day. That's 1% of that is 300. Yeah. So if you have I'm going to blame 0.5% of the people for doing that. There's 150 cars every day throwing garbage out. Sure. You see the problem we have?
Yes, I clearly get it. It doesn't take many people to actually create the problem that you have to deal with and that we all have to face. Right. You made a point earlier that we could spend an entire show talking about just the impact DEH has, or I'm going to say it properly, the Department of Environmental Health, because that's what you all are. You're not just the DEH, you're the Department of Environmental Health. There's a lot that you bring to the table. Yeah. And it doesn't take many to rock the boat that you try to steady on a daily basis. Mr. Sims, on that note, we do have to go to our 2 p.m. headline news here. The hour flew by like that. I know Yolanda had a few more talking points that you wanted to get out about how those can minimize their waste this holiday season. Maybe we can look to have you back on the show before we wrap up for the holidays. Thank you so much again for coming in. Keep up, on behalf of the entire community, keep up the amazing work that you all do at the Department of Environmental Health.
Yes, thank you for having us.
On that note, let's go to our 2 p.m. headline news. When we come back, we'll be sitting down with the team from the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage to discuss the upcoming celebrations this coming Saturday. Back with North Talk Today, right after this.
From district to district, moving through the waters to Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Your station, your voice. All things Cayman. One radio, many people. This is home.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
A 24-year-old man of Cayman Brac who was arrested on December 12th has been formally charged with 8 charges, including causing fear of provocation of violence, attempted arson, assaulting a police officer, and disorderly conduct. The charges stem from an incident on December 12th where police responded to a report of a disturbance at a residence in Cayman Brac between 2 men known to each other. The man was scheduled to appear in court today. In international news, surveying storm damage from the Kentucky sky, U.S. President Joe Biden on Wednesday saw neighborhoods pockmarked by piles of debris and homes without roofs and windows, evidence of the latest natural disaster in a year that has brought him to devastated communities across the nation to offer support and condolences. From a helicopter over the town of Mayfield, Biden could observe firsthand the toll from last weekend's deadly tornadoes. More than 30 tornadoes tore through Kentucky and 7 other states, killing at least 88 people. Thousands of residents have lost their homes or are without power. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin pleaded guilty Wednesday to a federal charge of violating George Floyd's civil rights, averting a trial but likely extending the time he's already spending behind bars on a state conviction. Chauvin, who is white, was convicted this spring to state murder and manslaughter charges for pinning his knee against Floyd's neck during a May 25, 2020 arrest as the black man said he couldn't breathe. Chauvin was sentenced to 22 and a half years in that case. The federal charge alleged that Chauvin deprived Floyd of his rights by kneeling on his neck as he was handcuffed and not resisting. And O.J. Simpson was granted an early parole discharge last week, according to a statement from the Nevada Department of Public Safety. Simpson had been on parole after being released from prison in 2017 for a Las Vegas kidnapping and armed robbery in 2007. His parole had been scheduled to end February 9th. Those are your latest headlines. I'm Shana Gallego.
For the latest in news and information,
follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, radiocayman.gov.ky. This week on The Flex.
Get ready for a good laugh.
In the hot seat, once again, will be none other than Honorable Bernie Bush. He will be stopping by to give us the rundown on Christmas greetings from Cayman and upcoming events sponsored by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage.
Want to say Bernie bringing rundown? Praise the Lord. My Christmas just got a lot merrier, and why not missing that?
No, fool!
He gonna bring ministry staff with him?
During the second half of the show, we'll be joined by Caitlin Higgins, a member of YYGS, whatever that means.
What you mean you don't know what it mean? It mean, yeah, you got sense?
If you don't know, tune in to find out.
You can join us this Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM. You can call us at 1-800-534-8255, or you can join us on YouTube Live. Youth Flex, the program for all people by young people. Youth Flex, more than talk. See you next time.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today. I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. Unfortunately, we do not have any further guests for the remainder of our show today, so we will have open line until 2:30. If you have any comments, questions, or like to share anything with us for this holiday season, please do give us a call. The number is 1-800-534-8255. That's 1-800-534-TALK or 949-8037. Or you can always WhatsApp us at 925-3261. Whether you just want to give a shout out or a Christmas greeting to someone in the community, here's your opportunity to do so. I do want to take an opportunity again to say thank you again to both of our previous guests during the show today. The NDC, the National Drug Council, who was here to open up our show today. That was Miss Delisa Hernandez, Mr. Simon Miller, and Miss Jodianne Powery from the RCIPS. The efforts that they bring to the table every year, 11 months of planning just to coordinate this 1 month initiative to encourage the community not to drink and drive throughout the month of December, and hope that those efforts carry through for the rest of the year. The New Year's Eve Ride Free program, which is just an amazing initiative. To hear Miss Jodianne talk about the results from this past year, where New Year's Eve had 0 DUIs and New Year's Day had only 1, despite the significant size of the police force which were on the roads. This is just overall it's very impressive. It shows the effect of these campaigns and how they've paid off and paid their dividends. And now we have the New Year's Ride Free program running in Cayman Brac again this year from 9 to 2, and then obviously the 10 different routes which will be running here in Grand throughout the entire night. It's a free program. You just hop on, hop off, just look for the bus with the purple lights, as they proudly said earlier. And the number of organizations, the bars, the restaurants, and establishments who are giving out free non-alcoholic beverages to anyone who is a designated driver throughout the entire course of this month. That's because of all the Christmas parties and just the social atmosphere that we have, and which reality is, it does encourage increased drinking during this time of year, whether rightly or wrongly. But it does, and just to show that the NDC has taken the approach of don't try to stop people, just create the alternatives for them to actually take smarter initiatives. And then again, to the Department of Environmental Health, I know I jokingly dubbed them the Batman of government, just because they're the superheroes that operate in the shadows, that we don't see them. We hear about them every so often, or we see the trucks every so often in the morning, or hear them pulling into our complex, but we don't really actually see them in person. They operate so much behind the scenes. And as we heard Mr. Sim say, just the diversity of what DEH does, from Michael's team and the management of their waste collection, of the solid waste collection. So we would know if DEH didn't show up one morning to pick up our garbage, but yet we don't ever see them really out there in action. But the diversity that the Department of Environmental Health handles, which is the pools, the meat and quality control, obviously the solid waste management side, and we've heard from some of our callers and some of the challenges that they have with illegal dumping. And how do you wrestle with that? Do you take the approach of fining, which we heard Mr. Sims saying there's been some progress on being able to levy those charges from the DPP? Or do you take the Disney World approach, the NDC approach, which is you're going to have some people that just are not going to abide by it. They see a dumping area, they're going to dump themselves. And do you possibly take the Disneyland approach and you beautify the areas and in the hopes that no one's dumping mattresses out in a beautified flower bed? Either way, I'm not sure what the solution is. That's for the team at DEH and their team to figure out how best to do that. But there's to all those in the community who don't dump and don't just take advantage of that. Thank you to you, and to those who have in the past. Hopefully moving forward we steer away from that, because the Department of Environmental Health has taken so many initiatives to make it easy for bulk waste collection that you don't need to dump illegally. They have their bulk waste pickups. We've heard Mr. Sims talk about possibly moving that up to before hurricane season to minimize the debris. And we heard from our callers in the tourism industry that when you do that, when you actually do dump on the side of the roads, you might be making your day 15 minutes easier, but you're making it very cumbersome for those who are in the tourism sector to promote and sell our island if you're dumping on the side of the roads. And we've heard from a caller earlier as well, who when you live across the street from an area that people have become accustomed to just dumping, you're stressing out your fellow neighbor here in the process. So again, thank you again to those guests from the National Drug Council and from the Department of Environmental Health. Again, we have open line for the remainder of our show. If you have any comments, questions, we just want to say hello. The number is 1-800-534-8255 or 949-8037. Or you can always WhatsApp us at 925-3261. We do have one caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller. Thank you for calling Talk Today.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I appear by the HSA. I've been here from 11:30 at the GP section. And up until now, it's 2:10. I can't get a doctor to see me. And we have patients in there. I've been sitting from 8 o'clock this morning trying to see a doctor. So I say, you know what? I got to go do my school bus right now. And I haven't seen a doctor. They got 3 doctors on staff. The room is full of people. And they just moan like snails. And I've been there from 11:30. And now I have to leave. And some people are still in there from 8 o'clock, 8:45, 10 o'clock, and sitting there waiting to see a doctor at HSA GP section. This is ridiculous.
That sounds like a very challenging situation to have to be waiting for that many hours not to be seen.
Exactly. Yep. And people in there with teens and special needs child, and it's just a chaos up inside of trying to get a doctor to see you. But I just thought I'd put that out there, so probably I'm someone at HSA or someone in the government that claimed that that we're so in such an order for everything up here. I've had the disaster. I just thought I would leave that with you. Thank you.
Caller, thank you so much for calling Talk Today.
Bye-bye.
And again, we do empathize with anyone who's on both sides of that coin. Obviously, we have the doctors who are pushing and working as hard as they can, the nursing staff who are working as hard as they can, and it is that time of year where, let's be honest, it's flu season on top of an already stressed year with manpower. But to the caller's point and her concern, it is a struggle and a frustration point when you are waiting to see the doctor and several hours have passed, or as the caller said from earlier this morning, we do feel for both sides of that coin, and hopefully there is some resolution there in the near future. On that note, let's go to our 2:15 commercial break. When we come back, we'll be closing off our show. If you have any calls or any comments or concerns, please give us a call, 1-800-534-TALK. That's 1-800-534-8255 or 949-8037. Back with more Talk Today right after this.
We may be in Christmas shopping mode, but 'tis the flu season too. Savannah Pharmacy has immune system boosters for the entire family with a range of vitamins and supplements. Their knowledgeable and courteous pharmacists are always available to offer the best advice and products. Remember, they are always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3333. 36.
A friendly holiday reminder. You can WhatsApp your Savannah Pharmacy prescription to 929-5045. That's 929-5045.
For medical lab services in Cayman, go straight to MedLab. Blood test, x-ray, and mammogram, all of that is MedLab. Affordable fees and friendly service, a full professional team. MedLab is always comfortable, MedLab is always clean. For medical lab services in Cayman, MedLab.
Call 949-7331 and ask about MedLab's new state-of-the-art digital mammogram machine.
Are you planning a social, an office party, or event over the holiday season? Make the most of your holiday party and leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway Box to Go with the option of a 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. Cater your holiday parties with Subway. Visit subway.ky for menu options. Subway, eat fresh.
You can now register online to receive a securely verified digital copy of your COVID-19 vaccination status with QR code through the MyHSA patient portal. Sign up is available online and at all HSA locations. All you need is your photo ID showing date of birth and an email address. Visit hsa.ky and click the MyHSA patient portal icon to get started.
CG Britk would like to wish our clients, their families, our staff, and our communities a happy holiday. In this time of celebration, let us remember what this past year has taught us. That we can be in different rooms, different homes, or on different islands, yet never feel apart. Because we are here for each other and stronger together. We look forward to the new year, to serving your insurance needs, and always putting people first. Happy holidays from our CG Britk family to yours.
Paramount Carpet Cayman Brac Christmas sale is back for 2 days only, Friday, December 17th and Saturday, December 18th. Save big with up to 50% off select carpet and tiles, wall and floor tiles as low as $10 a box, universal mats from as low as $5 a pair, and up to 15% off many more items. Paramount Carpet Cayman Brac Christmas sale, Friday, December 17th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, December 18th, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Followed by the Children's Christmas Party at Spot Bay Park from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Paramount Carpet, Cayman Brac, located at 342 Spot Bay Road. Call 948-2665.
More than just cover your floor at Paramount Carpet.
Listen to the general public.
Your thoughts are just a telephone call away. 1-800-534-8255.
What the public is saying.
Let your voice be heard. And now,
Radio Cayman's Talk Today.
And welcome back to Talk Today for the tail end of our show. I'm Raymond Singh, filling in for Mr. Sterling Dwayne Ebanks. We do have open line for the last few minutes here of our segment. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, give us a call, 1-800-534-8255 or 949-8037. We do have an announcement we want to make for Meals on Wheels. As many of our listeners do know out there in Radio Cayman Nation, Radio Cayman is a big supporter of Meals on Wheels. It's one of our signature charities that we support every year. And Meals on Wheels is having their Christmas Giving segment. Just going to read out exactly what it is that they are doing this year. During the holidays, some of our seniors celebrate alone. Many of them don't receive any Christmas gifts at all. On a daily basis, our seniors are struggling with just the basic needs. This year, Meals on Wheels wants to brighten the season for 320 of Cayman seniors by providing them with gifts and treats. Santa for Seniors is the name of the campaign that's being run at the moment. And during the holidays, they'll be accepting donations via several different items. One is you can buy an item from the wish list and drop it off wrapped to the Westin. They have a giving tree any Thursday or Saturday during December from 4 to 8 p.m. or at the credit union during their opening hours until December 21st. They have asked that you please include a gift tag with your name on the gift, labeling its contents and size. You can donate through their website at pledgeasenior.com, and choose to donate what you can. Include the note Santa for Seniors, or you can do a Butterfield direct deposit. You can drop off gift cards for gifts to be purchased on your behalf, or you can call the Meals on Wheels office for a list of needs and how you can best help. And here is the list that seniors have put out there for their wish list this year. And it's a very impressive list. Towels with a washcloth, queen sheet sets, socks, bed slippers, nightgown or dusters, blankets, house shoes, sketch pads, colored pencils, pillows, toiletry sets, chocolates, fruitcake, utility vouchers, AM/FM radios, bird feeder and seeds, electric can opener, homemade gifts, pocket flashlight, senior-friendly cell phone, stored gift cards, handkerchiefs, large print books, crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, perfume and cologne, a magnifying glass, or batteries, either AA, AAA, or size C. And I just want to point out a few things about this wish list. Many of these items are basic needs that we need on Eggman Day, and it goes to what Meals on Wheels is constantly talking about, that some of our seniors just don't have some of the basics. And some are just flat out cute, like wanting chocolate, or senior-friendly cell phones, just so they can stay in contact with their families. Again, you can visit the Meals on Wheels website just to see the whole wish list that's available. But we're not talking about toys like it would be for kids at times. We're talking about some of these basic needs. Having towels and washcloths, the electric can openers just to be able to open their canned goods at the holidays, the crossword puzzles because they want to stay busy. So again, that's Meals on Wheels. That's their Santa for Seniors, and definitely visit their website if you wish to donate. And again, a reminder that Meals on Wheels is also doing their donation of the Jason Kennedy Mercedes-Benz, worth over $10,000. This is based on a ticket buy, which are $25, and you can contact info@mealsonwheels.ky to find out about purchasing your ticket for that Mercedes-Benz giveaway. On that note, we do want to call it a wrap for today's show. Thank you again to all of our loyal listeners out there in Radio K-Man Nation, and our guests from the National Drug Council, the Department of Environmental Health, and of course to Mr. Paul Cal, who held down the fort. We do look forward to hopefully seeing you this coming Saturday at the Christmas greetings event in Georgetown. On behalf of the entire Radio K-Man family, thank you for sharing your afternoon with us. I'm Raymond Singh. God bless, and have a safe rest of your Wednesday.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, Tourism and Transport. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. MedLab in Smith Road Plaza, your complete medical laboratory solution. Call 949-7331. And Savannah Pharmacy in Countryside Shopping Village, convenient opening hours including Sundays and holidays.